Let's reform education about Africa through sewing and stories one video at a time. Okay, first of all, let's address the elephant in the room. My hair is pink. It was a mistake. We all know that I'm a natural redhead and my hair will be going back to its natural state when these braids expire. Today, we're going to be sewing a pillow with this fabric, and as I sew, I will be telling you the story of a man named M.K.O. Abiola, also known as Chief Moshood Kashimawo Olawole Abiola. I'm telling you this story because I was thinking about Nigerian Democracy Day without knowing what day it was, and suddenly I received an email from UBA telling me that it was Democracy Day, and I was like, okay, that's why I remembered. Now, this is not a happy story. Actually, in Nigeria, June 12th is an insult. I'm not joking. If somebody walks up to you and says June 12th, you should be inclined to throw hands. That's if you like to fight sharp. Anyways, back to the story. You see, M.K.O. Abiola ran for president in the 1993 election once it was decided by the military leaders at the time that they were tired and it was time to return to democracy. He was a very popular candidate running under SDP, the Social Democratic Party. If you do basic research, the internet will tell you that June 12th was one of Nigeria's fairest elections. And maybe it was, but that's not really a good thing considering what happened. You see, the people loved MKO. All the market women were behind him. And one thing about me is that I trust the market women. The slogan was MKO, is our man, no? MKO, is our man, no? It was a song, a chant, something that made the people so excited for a new time. Everybody was ready to get out there and cast their votes, and they did, and he won. So why is his name not mentioned as one of Nigeria's presidents? Well, the vote was annulled by Nigeria's military leader at the time, Ibrahim Babangida, because of allegations that the vote was corrupt and unfair. MKO strongly believed that this was his election, and he decided to rally up his supporters, which were a lot, to contest this allegation. The people were ready for this man to be the president of Nigeria, but then during this process, he got arrested for treason by a different military regime held by General Sani Abacha. Mind you, General Sani Abacha was actually a contestant in this election. This was before his coup and regime. This brought global awareness to the issue, and many religious and human rights activists called for his release. Because what exactly did he do wrong? And this is where the unfortunate tea is, so listen closely. Because girl, before I researched this, I did not know this. He spent 4 years in prison, and on the day he was to be released, he met with a US delegation in Nigeria. The delegation included people like Susan Rice and Thomas Pickering. During this meeting on July 7, 1998, he suddenly became ill, collapsed, and later died in a hospital. Tragic. Not ironic. This is quite literally tragic. Obviously, this is quite odd, because why didn't he die during his 4 years in a Nigerian prison, and why on the day he was to get out? Well, some say he was poisoned at the meeting, others say he was beaten, but according to the autopsy, it said he had a massive heart failure. We don't know. Even as airtight as an autopsy might sound, we have all heard of autopsies being falsified. However, Thomas Pickering came out with his version of the story as he was there, and he mentioned them all drinking tea except for him and MKO Abiola becoming incoherent right in front of them. However, he co-signed the autopsy story as he was hoping on that evidence to not incriminate himself. You see, I don't know who is to blame, and I'm here to tell the story, not to speculate, unless you want me to. However, my life might be in danger, so let's not do that. Obviously, this led to riots where people unfortunately died. This is the end of my story, but I do want to say something. You see, the corruption laced into Nigerian elections is a shame, and due to this incident, a lot of people just stopped voting. This incident stole the hope of a better Nigeria from millions of people, and honestly, we don't even know if he would have it as a president. The problem is that we didn't even get to see what he would do, and the people chose him. That's the problem. We don't even get to see the results of our actions, and that's a shame. However, I still believe in coming out to the polls, because even though the corrupt government wants to make us look stupid, they are scared of our numbers. If we don't show up, then they will really use us to play tinko. However, our numbers hold them some kind of sort of accountable, which is why they lie instead of being like, yes, I did that, and what? It's not good, but I I know for a fact that Nigeria will change, not because I hope it will, but because I will fight for it too. Anyways, here's the pillow we made, and I hope that every time you remember June 12th, you remember MKO Abiola. See you in the next one.